Hey guys, it's Landon Blake from Redefined Horizons, and we're going to do another video in our little set here that shows you how I prepare a field package for field crew on a topo survey, fairly simple topo survey. I think this is video number 7 in the set, but I'm starting to lose track. What I want to do in this video, we've got our, if you watched the last video, you remember we've got our page 1 of 2 for our topo survey plans set up. Okay. So this is the meat here. This is the main exhibit that the crews will take out. But because this location has some oblique aerial photography on Bing, I'm just going to add a exhibit to show that mapping limits on this oblique aerial view. It's helpful for the crew, and it doesn't take that long. You'll see we'll have this done in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to copy that SGV file and paste it in here, and I'm going to rename it. Call it number 2. And we'll just double click to open that up in Inkscape. Alright, so first thing I want to do is come in here and unlock some of my layers because we need to delete some of this stuff. So for the moment, I'm going to just go in and unlock all these layers. Okay, and I'm going to pull over this square shape here that screens the background image. I'm going to delete that background image because we're going to replace it. Okay, I'm going to pull down the mapping limit line because we'll use that stroke, same stroke color. And I'm going to grab this arrowhead symbol here because I think I might leave these notes on the exhibit. Okay, and I'm going to leave the street labels for now because we'll use those. So I'm going to grab those and pull them down. Okay, and then everything else for now I'm going to delete because I'm not going to duplicate all of these notes and leaders. Okay, just so we can delete these boxes, we're not going to need them. Okay. All right, now we want to size our oblique image just like we did the vertical image in the very first video. So we're going to go ahead and import our screenshot from Bing Maps. Okay, and we're going to grab our screening shape here. It screens the image. We're going to bring that to the top, or send this other one to the bottom there. Oh, you know what? That's not working because I don't have it on the right layer. So we're going to move this. You got to be careful. Watch that layer when you import your image. So I didn't do that because I was sloppy. So I'm going to go to the layer menu, move selection to layer, and tell it put that on the background image layer. Now I should be able to drop it to the bottom, and my screening shape will come up top. And so I'm going to just adjust this to get the view I want of the site there, and then we'll open our fill and stroke. Set our transparency to 0. Grab our export image dialog. We're going to export this as Bing Maps bird's eye crop. We'll export that image. Hit the undo button a couple times to get our screening back on our square shape there. We'll delete this oblique we don't need anymore. Okay, then we're going to come right back over here and we're going to import that cropped image we just exported. And we're going to drag that into place. I got to zoom in a little bit to get the grid interval to show up at the smallest unit so I can drag that in the right spot. Okay, then we'll zoom out here, grab our screen, drop that on top of the image we just entered, raise it to the top so it screens like we want, raise it to the top of the display order with that button. Okay, now I'm going to grab our mapping limits line. I'm going to just pull this over, and we're going to Zoom in here. Oop. Yeah, before I do that, let me lock those layers so I'm not dragging stuff like I just did. So we're going to just come in here and we're locking everything but the mapping limits layer, which is the layer we're going to work with. That way we're not dragging crap around. Okay, we'll zoom in, make our node, edit node tool active, click on our mapping limit stroke here, and I'm just going to drag these nodes over so the guys can see our mapping limits in this oblique view. Okay. Oop. Okay, so there's a good depiction of our mapping limits in the oblique view. And I'm going to go ahead and unlock this layer for these arrows, because I want the crew to see where the infill is in the oblique view. So we got one here, and we got a spot here, and we got a spot of infill down here. Okay, so we'll zoom in on that. And we want to remember to renumber these. So I'm going to ungroup them first. And this was number 8. And this is number 9. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull this up, this leader line up here, get it positioned correctly. And then we're going to just come over here and say, let's see. Actually, what I want to do is I'm going to drop this other box right below here. So we'll move this up to where we know we're going to move that box with the text. Let's zoom out a little bit. And we are going to, let's see here. We need to unlock a couple more layers. So we want to unlock the text layer and the shape layout layer. Then we can move this box up. We don't need this big gap between the boxes. Okay. And then I should have saved my mapping limits arrowhead. Okay, so let me show you what you can do if you mess that up. I'm going to go ahead and save this one. And I'm going to open our sheet 1. And we're just going to cut and paste that right out of here. So I need this, unlock this layer, the shape arrow layer. And I'm just going to hit Control C. Now you can't close this instance of Inkscape or your paste won't work. So leave it open. Then you can come in here and say paste in place. Okay, and I got it pretty close. So let's see. Oop. So what I want to do now is ungroup this so I can adjust this leader line, because we got to move this now because we're in the oblique view. Okay, and that looks good. We'll zoom to the page, hit our save button, come down here, mark this as page 2 of 2. Okay, we do not need the note on here, it's on sheet 1. We don't need these notes, so they're on sheet 1. We don't need that control point number title, and we don't need those bullets. So let's unlock the bullet layer. Okay. We'll say file, save, files, save as, our PDF. Okay. And we'll close our Inkscape drawing now, and we'll come pop open this oblique view. We'll see how that looks. Okay. All right, so we're just at 10 minutes. Didn't take very long. Once you have that exhibit set up, it's pretty quick to set up your oblique view. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We've got our 2 PDFs sheets of our topo survey plan now to go in our field package. And in the next couple of videos in this set, I'll show you how we set up the rest of the field package now that we have our exhibit.